Alright, so let me know when you got the stream up.
And now I'm getting a black screen. Okay, there we go.
Alright,
Stream's
so
up.
let me know when you got the stream. Alright, I will post the chat real quick. Alright,
And now I'm getting
so
a black
hello
screen.
everyone!
Okay.
Welcome to the first game of the weekend for featured matches. I am 501st Big Mike streaming and casting alongside me, Dako.
Hey.
And yeah, today is the Void versus Demacia. So what's going on is they have a hiccup with the coolest faction competition, and the league is looking into how to settle that. And so yeah, the space opened up, and Demacia just really felt like the Void needed smiting. And yeah, so they're trying to smite the Void. Okay, so we are seeing that, you know, the Void has a very limited roster. They got like 6 champions, so there isn't much diversity in what their team comps can be. But, you know, the thing about the Void is it's a tiny roster, but in general it works. And just, you know, you just learn how to play it really well. Demacia has a much larger roster, so they have a lot of diversity they can pull out. Yeah, so the early picks we're seeing are Kog'Maw ADC. I'm going to assume that's a Vel mid and not support, because I don't see exhaust unless that changes. And then Xin Zhao jungle for Demacia, Sona locked in for support, and let's see what the next picks will be. So, what do you think, how do you think today's games are gonna go?
Hold on. I'm trying to... you seem a little quiet, so I'm trying to, you know, fix this.
Okay.
Hopefully that works.
Right.
I think the Void's gonna get their ass handed to them.
Think so? You think Demacia is just too good to not kick their butts?
Yeah.
I mean, I am a little less in Demacia's chances just because I'm not seeing, you know, the classic Demacian synergy for the dog pile comp so far. It's I mean, they do have some synergy, but it's not like the classic Demacian team comp you're seeing. Like, the way this team comp makes sense for Demacia is if they lock in Vayne for the hyper carry, and they do a bit of, you know, protect the Vayne comp. You know, you get Sona to ult people, give Vayne a ton of time to attack them. Kayle ults Vayne, Xin Zhao can peel with his ult, and you just have Garen trying to distraction. It's not the dog pile team comp, but it can work, considering how Vayne can just go crazy. Let's see, looking at the Void, you know, pretty much what you expect from the Void here. They're taking Malzahar's support, making use probably of his Malefic Visions, and how they're able to, you know, get all 3 procs of Spell Thieves off. Plus, come level 6, you know, he can just, you know, hold the enemy ADC or whoever in place for Kog'Maw to just, you know, pound on for several seconds. Top lane Cho'Gath, he got buffed recently. His ult now heals if you kill a unit. So, you know, he gets a, you know, ability to sustain a fight longer if he saves his ults for the killing blow. Yeah, so What do you think about the lane matchups?
Mm,
You there, Umi?
yeah. Top lane. I don't know. I'd probably have to give it to Garen. I think he's gonna be able to do a lot more to Cho than Cho's gonna be able to do to him. But then again, it could be a simple sustain lane where whoever sustains the best wins that lane. Uh, who else? Mid lane. Uh, Probably Kale. I mean, it's mid lane's more of a rank difference more than a champion, matchup. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Kale for that one.
Okay.
Let's see, jungle, Jin Xiao. I, 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 I feel like Kha'Zix is not in a good spot right now, and Jin Xiao is actually quite strong, like throughout the entire game.
Yeah, especially like I've seen some recent, Valor builds for Zinzao. He just heals through everything.
Well,
It's,
that's because they've been also doing hybrid Jin Xiao with they go Bork and then Rage Blade.
wow, yeah,
They get lifesteal and then they get some AP from their I think his W heal.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's trying to max out the attack speed and heal at the same time. It's not bad, but it's I don't know.
It's interesting. The only thing that about doing sated Zinzao is one thing that Zinzao is just absolutely amazing at is just early ganks. He just dashes in there, hits you 3 times in very quick succession, and knocks you up. And can almost guarantee that you're going to be burning a flash or die. But when you're going sated, it's much more efficient in terms of getting stacks to just farm the jungle. That's like the one drawback of the sated build is you're missing out one of Xin Zhao's key strengths, which is just a ton of early victory.
I mean, you're still getting stacks from ganks and stuff as long as they're successful. So I don't think that hurts him too much.
I mean, yeah, you do get stacks from ganks. It's just the time you spend ganking versus the time it would take to clear a camp. It's time-wise more efficient to farm the jungle if you're just looking at the stacks. I mean, you can still go sated and focus on ganking. It's just your sated will come later in the game than if you're farming.
Alright. Hopefully this works. I had issues with my computer last night and I had to re-download everything.
Oh wow.
So I'm kind of going in the... I just downloaded OBS this morning, so I don't know if it's going to work or not.
Alright, if it's not working, I can just, tap the stream real quick.
It looks fine.
Okay, that's good. So that was top and jungle. We talked about jungle quite a bit. Let's see now for the mid lane. That would be Vel'Koz, Kale, you already mentioned. So yeah, actually we already did go over mid lane. It's bot lane that we have yet to go over.
Well, both bot lanes have a late game hyper carry. Cog having basically the longest, poke range in the game, aside from Caitlyn. Vayne is another, late game hyper carry, so that can go, either way. As for the supports, it really depends because, technically, when you... I mean, like, how do I say it? If Malzahar, constantly tries to poke with his Malefic Vision and try to, get some damage off, but Sona heals it up, then, it's going to kind of be pointless. But at the same time, I feel that Vayne and Sona combo is not really the best when it comes to dual bot lanes. So I don't know, cause
Yeah, it's not the best synergy there. but it can work if the Vayne is just really good at condemning people into walls. Because, when level 6 comes, you can stun them with Sonar Ult, Vayne gets a couple shots off while positioning yourself via Tumble to condemn the MEAC into a wall and get a, extended, CC chain that is really long, gets a lot of damage off.
Honestly, when it comes to this bot lane, it's just gonna be who's more aggressive. Because Malzahar can be really aggressive and win the lane for Cog by himself. But if, Sona can also do the same thing.
I've never seen a great Malzahar support, so I'm a little more in favor of, the Sona support working, but I know Sona isn't in a great place in the meta either.
I ate an optimist once.
I mean, maybe C-Drive knows how to play, Malzahar support better than the Mal supports that I've seen. As for the ADC matchup, though, we've been talking about how the supports factor, how the ADC matchup goes. I do feel as though Kog'Maw is not in a great place in the current meta. Vayne's a lot stronger in general, I feel, and a lot more used.
Cog is fine right now. The only issue with him is that, you have idiots in solo queue that doesn't know how to protect him. That's the only issue that he has right now. And that's kind of why he's not being played a lot. Unless it's, up in, a high tier or pro play. Because, they're actually communicating and protecting their ADC. Whereas, solo queue, everyone and their mother is going to run off in whatever direction they want.
Yeah. We do see that both junglers start at the top side, but Cho'Gath sticks around and pieces for his jungler. Xin Zhao gets no lead, so Kha'Zix is going to have a better early start to his jungle clear. Xin Zhao's going to be a bit behind. And actually, Garen doesn't really get much out of it, because the whole point of not leashing would be to get to lane sooner. But he's not actually gaining more XP or CS than Cho. He is going aggressive now. He got the Q Ignite, flashing for the auto, but it's not going to be enough. He needed a level 2 to be able to kill Cho there, but he just didn't have it. That is 2 Sunrise Spells burnt for Garen and only 1 for Cho'Gath. I mean, Cho will be burning his teleport most likely, so it goes about. Then, I guess the big thing here is there's less kill pressure on Cho, so he's going to be safer in lane, free to farm up. But, I mean, the only loss to him is he won't be doing teleport ganks, which early on don't happen that much. Usually the first couple teleports are used to get to lane. It's not till like 30 or so that they use teleports actually games.
That's gonna definitely change in the next season too.
You think so?
Yeah,
next
it is.
Season's gonna be
they reduce. Currently, if you teleport to a turret, you get reduced cooldown, but they're removing that. So, it doesn't matter whether you teleport to a mid or a tower, it's gonna go on the same cooldown.
So, Cho'Gath will get first blood, making use of the silence and the knockup to CC Garen and putting out some nice damage. But, Kayle in the mid lane, burning heal after taking a tower shot. Well, not heal the summer spell, having, her little W heal. But Umi, you're going from normal voice to really quiet. Maybe your mic or something.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing. They're going on the mouse. Heal burnt. Going in. Flashes burnt. Gets the knockup. Gets the silver bolt. Can they get another one? That is it. Flashing to get away from the tower and the knockdown. Ignite going on to Vel. He will die. For some reason, Kayle went under tower while Ignite was on Vel and ends up taking a tower shot and Vel the revenge kill.
Well, I was saying though, teleport, the cooldown's getting nerfed, and on top of that, the Rift Herald is gonna, man, it's just another objective to get, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna change how teleport works.
Yeah, the thing that's gonna be in the Baron pit for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Don't know the exact details, but I know like they're saying it's meant to be used by like top laners to get more like pushing power and stuff.
Yeah, you can do that, or you can get give it to the jungler that's like a very aggressive ganker, and because it gives them like extra damage and movement speed and stuff. So if you had someone like like Kha'Zix or Xin Zhao, Master Yi, someone that's aggressive in ganks, then yeah, it'd be nice on jungler too.
Okay.
But you I've not had any luck soloing it. It's really difficult, so I feel like there's gonna be less teleports up in top lane and more like kill pressure. Once you kill the laner, then you can go ahead with the jungler and go to the Rift Herald. Get that, and it'll help you win lane, even more.
Nice. Okay. Meanwhile, while we were discussing that, we did have Kha'Zix pull off a couple ganks. He's seeing getting to kill top lane, but his mid lane gank only succeeded in forcing the kill to burn ult, live and not burn any summer spells. Meanwhile, bot lane, Vayne and Sona taking some damage, but they managed to get some back, trading roughly even.
What is this cog doing?
Coming around the backside, Kha'Zix is going to be able to see Sona. Xin Zhao trying to catch up. They have the ward. He's going to be able to dash in. He's going to get ulted on.
Auto attack.
Should live unless Kog'Maw can get another auto attack off here. His out range currently.
Oh.
The slow will be enough. Picks up the kill. Cho'Gath comes in, backing his teammate up. Kayle trying to get some damage, but is chased off. He does not have ult. And then Cho'Gath will just alter and get the kill. Sona and Vayne did not re-engage when Kayle came in. If they had, they might be able to do something, but I still think Kayle would have died.
Bot lane, you're lucky that Cho and Kha'Zix was there to back you up, because you guys were so pushed up. I mean, you guys didn't even have a single ward out, so that you guys should have just died.
Yeah. It was really, saved by the team there. They should have been easily, defeated by the Demacia team. But yeah, a nice, Kha'Zix was already there, saw the gank, and was, coming for a counter gank. And Cho was, making good use of his teleport, He, just teleported right in there and made all the difference in the world. Yeah, so the Void off to a pretty solid start. They got the Cho 2-0-1 with a 10 CS lead. Kha'Zix is up in CS a bit, the Xin Zhao, but he's only got 1 kill compared to Xin Zhao's 2 assists. And I believe, assists are worth like 60% of the gold of a kill. So 2 assists is greater than a single kill. Mid lane, they're going even in CS, they're leading kills and assists. Kayle has died one more time than Bell because of that gank. And that unnecessary time spent under the enemy tower that got Kayle killed. But they are going even, so,
Goodbye.
Vayne gets the stun. Oh, but they're out of mana. They are forced to back off without mana, despite getting a nice amount of damage plus condemn stun. Kayle going in, Kha'Zix coming up behind her, going to get the slow. Kayle ult comes out, Kha'Zix hopping away for his life. Vel'Koz is out of mana. He may not be able to finish Kayle without mana. Kayle, meanwhile, will be able to kill off the low health Kha'Zix. Cho chasing Garen in the top lane, and Garen will be able to get away.
Yeah, he had to flash away.
Yeah. Here comes Xin Zhao, trying to get the kill onto this
Oh,
Cho.
you shouldn't have.
Yeah, Garen just, I think, thought his Q would probably be enough to kill Cho, or be able to fall up quickly with his ult to not give Cho any time to react. but neither happened, and it was, you know, just too easy for Cho to ult him and get the kill. Meanwhile, bot lane, Vayne trying to defend his tower, gets some good damage onto Kha'Zix.
No communication in bot lane.
Nice tumble gain out of the Kog'Maw ult. Vel'Koz once again out of mana, forced to just stay away from Kayle. So here comes once again Kha'Zix. He's really trying to gank this mid laner, knowing that is the diamonds for Demacia.
What are you doing? You can't kill Grump like that anymore.
Yeah, that doesn't work anymore. That thing will run out of patience before you can, you know, start fighting it. You have to actually be on the other side of that wall now, unless you can one-shot it, which probably require, you know, like a mage using abilities if you're going to be shotting a Krug or Gromp, I should say. Yeah, so we do see now the Void is up a tower and a kill and about 1k, a little over 1k gold, not quite 1.5. Not a bad early start for the Void, but it's not a huge lead either. Kayle going for the tower dive, Kha'Zix making use of the stealth, trying to keep Kayle under tower. She will be ulting to avoid tower damage, but then here comes Cho and Vel'Koz, and they will be able to kill her. And Cho'Gath will quickly teleport top to keep the tower from dying. Nice rotations by the Void here. So yeah, for Demacia, you know, the lane that's really the only one that's winning would be their bot lane. Mid lane, I want to say is going kind of even though Kayle has more kills than Del, she's also died more, and a bit behind in CS. Top lane is obviously going Cho'Gath's way, so it's really the bot lane that's going well for Demacia, which, you know, considering they have, you know, a protect the ADC comp, is, you know, the one lane that they really need to, you know, do well in the bot lane. So it's not an amazing start for Demacia, but it, you know, they got the lane they needed to win. Meanwhile, Vayne they're going to pick up one kill. Vayne will hop directly into the Kog'Maw ult, take some burst from it, and then yeah, he will be able to out DPS her. Xin Zhao will pick up the double kill. Top lane, Garen ults very early, and that will mean his death. And never forget that Garen's ult is an execute. The lower their health, the more damage they take. He ulted early, and yeah, just didn't have the damage to finish Cho'Gath off. Cho'Gath was able to, you know, out DPS him.
What the hell? Garen complaining about silence. Man, your silence is bullshit as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and yeah, nice moves by Mouse to pick up the revenge kill on the Kayle. Yeah, Garen has a pretty bullshit silence. I mean, both have a pretty long duration silence, and that come with a good amount of damage with the ability. So I feel like, you know, that's just, you know, a wash. You know, both of you can silence each other for damage and for a significant amount of time. Now trying to get in range, will be able to get the E, will get the knockup, exhaust going on, but Xin Zhao will die, Kha'Zix making use of stealth, going in, they will be able to pick up a quick kill. Both Sona and Vayne are very low, they're running from the much higher health Void. Flash, slow, the silence will miss, she is in auto attack range, and then finally some Kha'Zix spittle will be able to finish off Vayne. Cho'Gath turns off his E so he can attack the tower without drawing aggro. Smart move. We'll focus on, you know, putting damage on the tower rather than fighting Garen. You know, he's beating Garen enough times where he's not really, you know, overly concerned with kills, getting the tower's more important. Meanwhile, we do see a nice dragon call after winning the fight in bot lane. killing off the enemy jungler and both the AC and support gives them, very easy grab. And the Void's lead rose to 3k gold and up a dragon. A lot of damage going on to Xin Zhao, just not tanky enough to survive Cho'Gath.
Go, Garen.
Garen ult.
Just spin.
There he goes. He gets the shutdown. Xin Zhao will get the assist, so gold.
I wouldn't do it, Kha'Zix.
Yeah, he can fight Kha'Zix, I feel. He should just be going in. There it is. He will get the silence, will get the spin. He has his armor up, but Kha'Zix did a lot of damage healing.
Huh.
And Garen is not able to survive that. Surprising. I thought Garen would be able to fight. Oh, but now that I look at the items, it's obvious why. Garen has been building magic resist to try and counter the Cho'Gath, which does nothing to Kha'Zix, who, is doing all physical damage. Yeah, so we'll see this bot lane fight potentially happen. But they're trying to get that ward. They're going to be forced to back off as the teleport comes in. Sona will get suppressed, killed by Cho'Gath Q. And yeah, just, it's not worth dying for the pink ward, which is what happened there. So yeah, Vayne is going to need to get a QSS relatively early. Malzahar suppressed. They need Vayne to be able to get out of Malzahar suppressed. So she's going to need a QSS early, probably after she finishes off work and see something to consider.
Oh man, next season they're gonna definitely build more QSS. They made it so the upgraded item has lifesteal on it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's a big improvement. Now it just gives you magic resistance, some attack damage, plus the active obviously. But with magic resistance, it becomes a much more valuable item, I would think.
Light him.
Garen and Xin Zhao trying to gank Cho'Gath.
Light
Malzahar
him.
is coming. And they get a suppress off. No, actually Malzahar's ult is on cooldown. That'll cause burning barrier. Gale will be forced to back off. Now he's putting damage, gets a lot of burst on her. Did Vel'Koz? Vel'Koz had ult. If he had popped ult, he would have been able to kill Gale right there. Instead, though, will likely be... Oh, Kog'Maw taking a lot of damage from the Kale with her ult. But she cannot kill him in time before the ult runs off, and she will go down. Kale, I just feel, is being overly aggressive and greedy. It's getting her killed a lot of times.
Yep.
Yeah, Demacia is continuing to play out these lanes that have not gone well for them. Even their bot lane is behind that, which was originally the only lane well. They need to make a move of some kind instead of continuing the lane where they are losing. I mean, they've lost all their towers. They haven't gotten any, so it's time to make a move, group as a team, and try to make a goal some kind. Do go for the Kha'Zix. They will get gank. 3 people participating, so they get quite a bit of assist gold. They got some time to try possibly just push mid in a 4v5 scenario.
Goodbye, Jin Chao.
Xin Zhao will run to Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath should be able to get an easy kill. Yeah, Demacia just not grouping that much.
Oh my goodness.
really nice use of the kill, but it may not be enough. Yeah, it's not enough. Yeah, the boy's just, you know, winning early, which is not great considering, you know, Demacia really needs that Vayne to get really strong, and despite her early success, she's slowed down a lot. I mean, their team fight's really going to be depending on Vayne killing everything, and they need to focus on making some plays right now, you know, ganking bot or something, getting kills, and then getting towers after grabbing objectives like dragon and stuff after these fights. Nice Sona ult will hit the Kog'Maw, but they can't keep up with him, and despite the ult, he will get away. They're not really in that fight, farming the whole time. Xin Zhao was kind of stuck in the jungle trying to avoid being killed. And then they'll just, from some long-range poke over the wall, pick off Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao very squishy. I mean, the only way he has, you know, some survivability is if he's constantly auto-attacking and getting those heals off, which he's not able to do, you know, when they're just poking him. Yeah, we'll be going Cho'Gath, who is able to just burst her with his ult, just taking about half her health there with just his ult. A lot of damage coming out. This is, you know, a AP Cho'Gath build. Got the Raw of Ages, got the Rabadon, going for possibly I'm gonna guess Zonia's with that other nearly large rod.
Probably. I mean, he can also build Ludens if he wants.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming Zonia's, but yeah, you're right. He can go Echo. This would be a very damaging build if he does go that. Just a lot of bursts coming out.
Oh, goodbye, Kha'Zix.
Vayne will not be able to survive Kha'Zix. It looked like she might be able to kill him, but no. Kha'Zix will kill her. Then Zhao will be able to get the revenge kill, and then Kog'Maw.
I don't know what Cog's doing.
Very close to finishing him off. He will regret. I'm not sure that Garen ult was needed. He was going to die to like the next spin as it was. Garen running in, going for the 1v2. Kale bit slow to get there, but they will back off despite being 3 total versus 2 total. Surprising. Yeah, so Demacia is in a not great situation. They got fed, you know, magic damage, and they got fed physical damage all in the void. Plus, they got multiple forms of true damage they have to deal with. And so, there is like no stat they can invest in singularly to try and survive. They have to get all 3, armor, magic resistance, and health. They need all 3 in order to be able to survive. Which means they have to get multiple items in to really get tanky. And that's going to make people like Xin Zhao and Garen's life really, really hard because they need to be able to survive the damage from the void for at least some amount of time, being, you know, the frontliners. And if they need like 3 or so items to do that, it's going to be forever before they can have an effective frontline for team fights. Cho'Gath split pushing. Demacia sees that they're pinging. They're forced to back off this mid lane siege, but Cho'Gath's gonna be able to get some damage on that tower before they arrive. Yeah, that thing's going down pretty quickly to just him and minions. They should be able to kill him, but he will be able to get tower as well. Yeah, they will get the kill. Garen grabbing it with his ult. And yeah, but they got the tower anyway. The tower's more valuable. The only way this works for Demacia, they gotta get these kills here and then get stuff afterwards. Sona will not be in range to hit the Kog'Maw with the ult, but they will get Vel'Koz. Slow landing on Kha'Zix. Another slow from Kale. They're going to be able to take him down very easily. They got the 4v2. Now they absolutely have to get something. They could, in theory, go Baron if they went like right now, but it doesn't look like they want that. They want this mid tower, which they may not have the means to take. And just the wave clear coming out is huge. Demacia may not be able to get anything off of this. Too late to go for Baron at this point. They'll probably be able to get engaged on by the Void and killed. So yeah, they won't be able to get any objectives. Here comes Cho'Gath. Will run into Garen. Back off. Poke coming down onto Demacia. Nice suppress from Malphite. He got the ground. He got the vision, so he's able to get as much damage as possible. But he is forcing out the killer. Meanwhile, Xin Zhao does not take the all. Won't be able to survive. Kog'Maw will be able to easily put a lob burst on Sisona, and then Malphite will finish him off. Garen running, but he is slowed by Smite. Will be hit by the Rupture and killed. Kale respawns, making it not an official ace, but basically is, and she won't be able to really defend against all 5 members of the Void. She won't be able to defend either tower. Yeah. 3 on 1, 2 on the other, she can't fight those odds for either of them. I mean, what do you think Demacia can do at this point? Like what kind of play could they make?
Not keep chasing after the Void and getting caught out. That's their main problem right now, is they're getting caught out constantly. And then stuff like this where they're trying to go 1v1.
Yeah. We'll get a 2v2 finally though. Nice use of the stealth and flash. Xin Zhao dropping a ward, but it doesn't really do anything to reveal stealth. Flash coming out from Kale will let her pick up the kill on Kha'Zix. They have the 485. It's time to group up and make use of it. Dragon is about to spawn. They're realizing it. They need to all head over there right now, clear out those wards, place some visions. They have complete control of this. But no, it's going to be a
Kale
bite. Wow, which is surprisingly going Demacia's way. It was a 3v3, which should, in theory, go to hard ahead. But Demacia just played it better.
Garen, you're going too
Garen
deep.
will pick up a kill, but probably die for it. Yep, there it is. Yeah, wow, surprised how well that went for Demacia. Would just assume we need a E3 like that, but no, they just played it better. Vel'Koz goes a little too far for his own safety, and will be able to get bursted by the Xin Zhao and Sona. Demacia's splitting up once again. Dame, not in a great spot, but considering how far away anyone is from being able to reach her, gonna be able to get that tower. Normally that isn't a great position for AC, but I mean, Kha'Zix being over it and then having to run bot after that, pretty good for Vayne. Making good use of the stuff. Condemned will be able to barely survive that huge burst from the Kha'Zix Q, but will live and get the kill. Meanwhile, Kale out DPS still, but he just pops ult, gets the kill. Kale did not burn her ult. I mean, at some point she just has to predict that Cho'Gath is going to ult her with that huge burst and have to preemptively put the ult on herself. That could have saved her. Meanwhile, Xin Zhao will be able to get the kill on Cho'Gath. They have the 4v3. Demacia needs to do something. They are not groups whatsoever, and so they really lose potential to actually make a play off of this mana disadvantage. I mean, looks like they're just killing people so they can get killed, but you don't win games that way. You win games by, after, winning fights, you go for objectives afterward. Demacia has not been able to fight that. Is focused on getting objectives after they get kills. Yeah, so looking at Demacia, they're finally getting some back. They're still behind, about 6k, but they're, after winning a couple fights, they got some gold back. It's being focused on the Garen, Xin Zhao, and Kale. Someone's doing decently and able to get assists, but yeah, the goal is still on those three. Garen trying to get tanky, but I feel like he should be going just a little bit tankier than that. He's going also, some damage. He's getting, items that give him a mix of tankiness and damage. I feel like one of those, like instead of getting that Hex Drinker, just going for a straight up tank item. Yeah, you do see that Demacia is pulling out 3 Blade of the Ruin Kings. I mean, it works good on Vayne and Xin Zhao, obviously. Kale, I don't see it on, but I understand the behind it. Especially considering how huge Cho'Gath is, who was relying solely on, just health. The health from his ult, the health from his Raw of Ages. That's his only form of tankiness. So, getting percent damage is a good way to shut down, is attempt to shut down this Cho'Gath. Flash ult from from Malzahar, followed up by the Q from Cho, picks up an easy kill on Vayne. Vayne needed to just stick with her group a little tighter. She was just a little bit too far out, got cut off, tried to run around the long way, but they were able to catch up to her. Now it is a 5-4 with no ADC on Demacia. Void has, the ability to kind of take over the wand here. Trying to trade over the wall. Garen goes over the wall, but backs off instantly.
Kha'Zix, what are you doing, Kha'Zix? You're being way too aggressive.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it is all that fighting is a distraction for Garen to be able to 1v1 Cho. And despite Ka being overly aggressive, somehow that works for him. Nice Kale ult keeps Garen alive. Now they're going to be able to force the Void back off until the next wave. Vayne is alive, potentially a 3v3 if Garen grabs home guards and runs back fast enough. Actually doesn't even need to. They were able to clear the wave and force the Void off of tower. Oh, Void, I think, wins that trade by 1 kill, but not bad for Demacia being able to hold off push, holding on to their inhibitor tower, despite their ADC being kicked off. Void holding a 7.5k gold lead. I want to say 8 kills and 2 dragons to 1, 3 to 6 and 6 to 3 in towers for the Void side. Yeah, I mean, they're both teams are looking a little lacking tank ability. No one really building tank. Garen being the tankiest person on the team or on the game right now, but even then he's not tanky. So it's a very damage-oriented game. Demacia has
They
figured
see
out all the
you.
wars they got under control, but the Void's just blindly throwing stuff out, knowing that hey, Demacia's just sitting in that bush, and every time we hit them, we can see them still sitting there. Burning Sweeper singing their ward, but no, it's just you're being predictable. Vayne is going to run into the Kha'Zix. Going to try and fight him, not able to get there. Oh, there it is. Wow, nice use of the stealth. Garen ults very early in that fight. Cho'Gath will be able to get away. They will be able to burst down the Kog'Maw. Very good engaged by Demacia. Just, yeah, I think it was just, Demacia took the initiative there in a 4v4. And they took the initiative, engaged, Void reacted, and, the standard react was just to fall back. And they weren't and so, everyone running and Demacia chasing, they're the ones putting out the damage. And so they win that fight. They will get the dragon as well. Nice job getting ejected after winning the fight. Now let's see what they do. They're chasing the Cho'Gath a bit. I think they'd be better served just getting objective, which Kale is doing. Kale's trying to get that tower while the team's busy chasing Cho'Gath in the jungle. You should be able to get it. It's just a matter of can she escape before Malzahar ults her. Yeah, she will be able to get out of there. Malzahar puts some damage on it, but no ult comes out. Oh, it is on a cooldown. That is why. Yeah, Demacia showing they're not out of this. This bear execution in that fight, even if the setup wasn't great for either side, just they executed more and better. Yeah, so looking right now, the Void, almost all of their power is in that Cho'Gath. I mean, Kha'Zix and Kog'Maw are doing decently kills on their own, but it's really all that Cho'Gath. If they can kill him, they will have control of the fight for this part. And they got the tools to do it. Like I said, 3 Rune Kings to eat through the nothing but health Shogun.
Oh, goodbye. Oh.
That will likely be a very unneeded kill off. I mean, I guess they just weren't realizing that they were both ulting at the same time. The Zin's out and kill. But despite the unnecessary kill off, they will be able to quickly get 2 kills there. They were just grouped up better and be able to focus on a single person. The Void was spread out and not able to focus on any single person. And all the difference in that fight was Demacia executing the team fight better in a better formation at the start of the fight. And now they're looking for Dragon. They have put out all the wards, but they cannot clear out the scuttle. They're going for the Dragon. They do have the 5v3. If the Void goes in, it's very easy for Demacia to just turn around and kill them. But Demacia looks more focused on that Baron. Right now is the time to just try and kill that Cho'Gath when it gets near. Instead of taking Ginger out, they still feel to get this Baron without any yes, yep, that KO will save Sona. No one will die to this, but they're a bit low in the fight afterwards. Let's see, they will be able to get Kog'Maw. Zinzao will, however, be dying to the Kog'Maw passive. Vayne coming in, picking up a nice big kill. It is a 2 for 4 straight. Demacia, though, not able to get any objectives afterwards. They're backing off, low in health, and they got minions pushing in on their inhibitor towers. But they don't really need everyone to clear those minions. They could have sent like one person, like the low health Kale, and had Garen and Vayne push the top lane, and Vel'Koz shouldn't be able to hold off both Garen and Vayne, and so they would have been able to get that top tower. But yeah, so no objectives after the fight for Demacia once again. So yeah, Demacia looking like they're in control of the game right now. They're behind in gold still by a little over 1k, but they look completely in control. Really what it's been feeling like is these last 2 fights, just the Void not setting up and executing their team fights very well. They're not setting them up really, and they're not executing them either. Yeah, I think that's the big thing, is the Void just, if they were setting up, they would probably run on multiple fights. And they just need to, get in their formation, having Sho'Gath, in the front line, trying to get some, multiple people in that queue from Sho'Gath, followed up by a Vel'Koz ult onto them while they're locked up. And then Kha'Zix can hop in, once he gets the resets going, be able to kill multiple people. Malzahar can kill people off with his ult, trying to kill their carries. And of course, the whole thing that Kog'Maw doing DPS in the range. That's what the Void needs to do. They are doing some nice rotation stuff. They're forcing Demacia to back off to try to defend the Cho'Gath. The Cho'Gath is backing off, but now Demacia is split up and outnumbered. They gotta be careful, run for their lives. Aaron backing on a ward. Kha'Zix doesn't want to fight it, but he is going to make sure that Garen will not be able to recall. Someone will take a little bit of damage, not much though. He'll try to deal with the Cho'Gath, will walk into the queue, burning ults preemptively, knowing Cho'Gath can be able to alter. And now, yeah, Cho'Gath will not be able to turn around and get in range of Kale. she at that point Cho'Gath was enough that he tried to turn around and walk towards Kale to pop his ult.
No, he already
Would
popped his
kill
ult.
them.
He already popped his ult when Kale had her ult up.
Oh, he actually burned it. Okay. I didn't realize that he burned it while her ult was up. I just thought she preemptively did and Cho'Gath didn't ult. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, Kale playing that pretty well then. Nice job. Kale going a very attack speed oriented build. Will be causing Demacia to be a bit lacking magic damage considering he has 2 AD items, so like he's doing a mix of physical and magic damage. Quan is PMing me. We demand viewer interaction. Okay, I will take a look at Twitch real quick and see what's going on. Okay. Okay, so this is the first game. Yeah, that's the main question I see in Twitch. This is game 1.
That's it?
Yeah, so the kills have evened up now. Demacia is still behind, about 1.5k. They're down 2 towers of the dragon. We're seeing a lot of mob Malmorlis in addition to the bolts I was mentioning earlier. Yeah, the Void just has a lot of magic damage, which they always do. The Void always just has a lot of magic damage. And so they're getting a lot of mob Malmorlis on Demacia, so that they will definitely benefit from, I think, a Banner's command. Because one, Cho'Gath is constantly split pushing, plus that will give the magic resist Aurora. Yeah, Demacia does split up here instead of moving as a group, which is a bit dangerous.
Oh, what are you doing?
If they were quick enough to react and focus down.
That ult's way too late.
People that are solo. Sona, I'm not sure what Sona was doing there while Vayne was solo with Cho'Gath and was killed by his ult. Zinzao will come in and get the kill, but Vayne is dead. Their ADC not going to be able to be around in the fight. But, you know, Cho is the big carry for the Void, so having him gone is a huge hit for the Void. Garen's going to try and hold off the push. Zinzao and Kale trying to shove in the bot lane. Sona recalling after getting very, very low. Garen chasing down Malzahar. Will get slow. Will be forced back off. Zinzao's going to be tanking the towers.
What are you doing, Jinxiao? Just run!
A lot of damage. Kale ult. Yeah, they don't really get much accomplished there. In theory, they'd be able to get if it was just them in the tower, but without minions, they can't take on Vel'Koz as well. And yeah, we do see Cho'Gath completely invest all of his defensive stats in health. We saw him, you know, get Roa early, which is normal for Cho'Gath, but then he didn't build any resistance or armor items, and then he went, you know, with a Rylai's for his item there, which, I mean, considering just how much percent damage is coming out of Demacia, I feel like that was a mistake. I mean, that health is doing very little to Vayne, Kale, and Zawin. You know, auto attack reliant and getting off a lot of auto attacks very quickly and have 40% damage on them.
Don't be scared to flash ult. Do it. Do it, Sona!
Once again, Cho'Gath is split pushing. That is what Cho'Gath has been, and he knows he's a huge threat. So they're trying to, you know, make use of the huge threat as, you know, drawing multiple people to defend split push. But I feel like Demacia's just been, you know, pretty good at reacting to the split push. They just, you know, take advantage of the 4v5, get the kill, and then have someone rotate back to stop him from continuing the push. The Void just has to put more pressure on stuff in order to force Demacia to not be able to do that. Kha'Zix coming in, runs straight into Vayne. Vayne takes a lot of damage. Kale comes out a bit unnecessary though. Meanwhile, Garen comes in, gets the burst, will get the kill on Kha'Zix. He's continuing to push the fight and then force it back off. Cho'Gath still split pushing. Should be able to get the tower here.
Just kill him.
Don't think he'll be able to get the inhibitor though. Xin Zhao's gonna run right into him.
He's healing too
Xin Zhao
much.
completely out DPSing him with the use of with the rotate. He just do that help like it's nothing. Nice ult coming out from Malzahar. Will stop the Gale from getting away. Gale has no ult to save herself. The damage over time will not finish her off. Vayne and Garen come in. They're gonna chase down. They're splitting off on who they want to focus. Vayne forced to back away from Kog'Maw. Garen's still going after Malzahar. Malzahar has no ult to stop him. I mean, he can silence, but that really won't be able to do much. Garen is backing off, though, without the support of his team. And going into unwarded territory controlled by the Void. Kayle and Xin Zhao going for the tower, putting a lot of damage on Vel'Koz, Tron just harass over the wall. Will run into Garen. Garen focusing on the board with spin to win. Spin to win doesn't actually hit.
Goodbye, Vel'Koz.
And Sawmill will get the tower. They're going on the Vel'Koz. He is very low. Vayne will be able to pick up the kill. And wow, Xin Zhao taking a lot of damage, but also bursting a lot as well. Sustaining with that sated build. Nice ult coming out from Malzahar will keep Vayne under tower and killed by the tower as well.
If only you had QSS. You're gonna lose this Cho. He heals too much. Oh, what are you doing? No!
This split push really going poorly for the Void, the split push strategy, which I think is like the biggest thing that's gone to the Void's defeat is this commitment to this split push strategy that is continuing to not work. It's like maybe Cho'Gath will be able to get a tower, but it comes at the price of losing a team fight and Demacia taking at least the tower. So they always trade negative. Kayle should be able to solve this dragon free handedly. Yep. So yeah, that is a free dragon. That will be 4 dragons for Demacia. So they will permanently have the 5th dragon threat on the map anytime dragon is up. And so the Void just can't ignore 5th dragon. It's obscenely powerful. Baron is on the map as well, so anytime dragon and Baron are up, Demacia can't lose. If they go, they can go for either. And let's say the Void tries to go for one preemptively, as long as Demacia has a ward, be like, okay, we can just grab the other, and they're gonna have the stronger buff either way. Because if the Void goes for Baron, they can grab dragon very quickly, get 5th dragon buff, potentially ace the Void as they're trying to kill Baron.
They can just do
the Void goes Baron, they can just go for the 5th dragon buff, or already going backwards in circles. But if the Void tries to go for dragon, I mean, they can just go for Baron and kill them. Meanwhile, the Void's still just reacting to super minions. And this would be an easy free Baron for Demacia, uncontested, unwarded. Demacia might be able to end the game with Baron. Let's see how they play this though. Xin Zhao going to push the top lane. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to try and get that top lane. The Superman is pushing mid and bot. And if they can just siege it long enough, they win. Especially when they got Baron, that will make sure that the moving waves are sticking out for a long time. Plus they got a pretty big one coming up as well. They're clearing this wave out. Quick trying to harass down, not really deterring Demacia. Demacia will be backing off though. Xin Zhao trying to do some sneaky backdoor deals. Vel'Koz will be rotating down trying to stop him. Kha'Zix recalling on the tower. Garen just face tanking the tower. And despite not having that much armor, he is surviving through it pretty well with how quickly he's going the tower. Xin Zhao will be ulted but not killed. He's going in, sustaining huge amounts. Just sustain. Finally, the exhaust comes down, prevents him from getting any more auto ducks off, and he will die. They get all 3 inhibitors. This is only a matter of time before Demacia wins at this point. Kayle all coming out on Garen, helping him survive a lot. Oh, Vayne will be able to get bursted, but it is at the expense of almost all the Void. Only Malzahar is left alive. Yep, the super minions with Baron buff bursting down that Nexus.
Yep. Void screwed around too much.
Yeah. I mean, we saw the Void was very much in control of the early game. And Demacia never really made the moves I think they needed to do in the early game to come out of it on their own. But, like I said, Void kind of screwed around a bit. And Demacia was able to just react to some of that. Number of fights were roughly even numbers, but Demacia was just in a better, formation and position at the start of the fight, and they were just executing better. And there were a number of fights where, even when the Void was still ahead, looked a lot more powerful, was up and gold, all that, the Void was running as Demacia engaged, and that let Demacia just get a ton of free damage off and pick people off. And, like I already said earlier, that split push strategy never worked. They really tried to get that split push by Cho'Gath to work, and it just never did. Especially when it came, later in the game, and Cho'Gath was just 100% invested in health being his only defensive stat, and that meant any of the 3 people with Borks could eat through him like he was butter. I feel like the Void just committed to team fighting early on. They would just, continue to hold on to that big gold lead and that big power advantage and then lost it. They didn't, and Demacia, good job just, after losing the lane phase, they played the reaction game pretty well for quite some time. Usually when you're reacting on the back foot, things don't work out for you. Demacia was able to play it well, and eventually turned the game around and won.
It was gonna happen anyways. I mean, Garen and Jin Shao are, late game monsters, and so is Vayne, so they should have just won early on.
Yeah, Kale as well, also very strong in the late game. That was everything, basically, for Demacia is a great late game fight. And the Void doesn't have a bad late game, but, just, didn't, take advantage of really their huge early game lead.
And here's another thing, what rosters, the Void is going to come up with, so you guys should at least try to counter them in the early game if you want to, win it sooner.
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah, so really close game, considering, the huge comeback that Demacia had to pull off. Well done all around. Did see a lot of really good early plays by the Void. Also some good late plays, just not as big. And obviously Demacia had the big plays that won him. Well done. I think that should wrap up game 1.
Yep. Alright.
Stick around, guys. Game 2 will be starting shortly.
Goodbye.